Hey everybody, Kyle Goeth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and I've got my first reaction to the new Shudder original film, You'll Never Find Me. This film is an Australian horror thriller film that was just put on Shudder. I think it did the festival circuit back in 2023. Directed by Indiana Bell and Josiah Allen, and the film stars Brendan Rock and Jordan Cowan, and pretty much exclusively those two. So Brendan plays a character who lives in a mobile home, dark and stormy night kind of a situation. Someone shows up at the door. She needs to use the phone. And so basically it's as they play out their back and forth. The whole idea is that we know that somebody in this group is probably nefarious. We started to get the idea that one of them isn't quite who they say they are, or maybe both of them. And the film is played out through pretty much a 90-minute long conversation that just evolves as tension builds up and as we try to figure out what's actually going on here, who's lying, because they're each catching each other in lies as the film develops. And it isn't until maybe the last 20 minutes of the film or so that we get our answer. And then the film becomes kind of a breakneck struggle for dominance about what's actually happening here. And I think it even becomes a bit of a kind of a weird art film at times too. Overall, I liked this movie. There were some things about it that I really, really, really dug. I thought the central performances from Brendan Rock and Jordan Cowan were both great. And they have, it's weird to say chemistry, but they have character push-pull based on the performer's chemistry. The conversations and the writing in this film is great. Indiana Bell, the co-director, wrote the screenplay. The dialogue is so well written. This is what I talk about when I talk about indie films where you have two people in one location and all that you have is what you can put on the page to give them. The writing is so snap-fire here that it is consistently entertaining and exciting as it plays out. It's unique. These are two people in a room talking, There's a few filmmakers that have struggled in the past to put two people in a room talking and make it cinematic and interesting. And these two directors did a very good job of it right here. The performances between the two of them, they have that interplay to them, but the film changes. It's almost like you could set your watch to every 10 minutes. You're going to think, okay, now I'm trusting this one, and I'm not trusting that one. And you go back and forth with those options. And I think it's so compelling as it goes on. My one big fault of the film is when we get the answer, I don't feel like the answer is as satisfying as I would have liked. It's still satisfying, but not as satisfying as I would have liked. And I think there are some elements when the film becomes a bit of more of an artistic take. There's kind of some like weird, surreal kind of imagery that happens near the end of the film that I think is meant to evoke some thought-provoking discussion, but I also think that it feels kind of like we didn't really know what to do with the ending, so we kind of decided to just issue a bunch of interesting visuals. I understood what they were kind of going for with the film. I just don't know that the last few minutes of the film were as impactful as, say, they could have been. But this is a case where the journey of the film is so good that even if the destination falters a little bit, I'm still going to recommend the movie, because overall I thought that first 75 minutes of just talking was compelling and interesting, and it made me want to go back and watch this movie. Maybe not today, but like go back and watch it eventually and kind of see how my thoughts have changed knowing the ending and how it plays out, because it was interesting and exciting often just to see two people talking in a storm. So overall, those are my thoughts on You'll Never Find Me. Definitely check it out on Shudder and then come back here and give me your thoughts on the film. Once you are down in the comment section telling me your thoughts about the film, I would love you to tell me your favorite recent Shudder release if you have the service. Maybe something I've missed and I should go back to it as well. While you're down there, please like and subscribe. They're 2 free things you can do. You never miss new episodes of the show as they drop, and help support the channel at the same time. You can also find GoatFilmReviews.com for many written reviews. You can find Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads. You can find my show Kyle and Nick on Film that I co-host with Nick Plotchuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We have new episodes of that show every single week. I'm also a member of the Minnesota Film Critics Alliance. Check out that webpage down in the link in the description. You can get critics' reviews as well as mine. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Stay out of the storms.